What is up guys, my name is Wawa and I am back with another patch notes video, and this one is going to be for patch 1.15 that just came out a couple of hours ago, February 28, 2013. And this, I have to say, is the biggest patch that Ronimo has unleashed upon us since they came out of the game, since they came out with the game. And I'm actually pretty happy about that because we do get one new character and we get a bunch of bug fixes. So let's head on right now with the new features. The number one new feature is Genji, the Pollen Prophet, the new support node, voiced by Jessica Cox, is now available for everyone to play. So if you guys haven't seen him yet, oh, that's not him. This is Genji. Genji. Yeah, he talks a lot. So this is Genji, the Pollen Prophet, and these are his skills. These are actually pretty good skills. I've played with him for about 2 hours actually. I played with him for a couple of games. I really like him. I'm actually gonna try and play him and try to learn him and try to learn what's the best build order right now for Genji. So far, this is what I discovered, that Genji has a pretty good cocoon ability. Genji has a good Monarch Blessing ability. Genji has also a good auto attack, and his jump is pretty crappy. Well, for me at least, because I'm not really used to his jump yet. Maybe in time, I'll get used to it someday, and everyone will as well. But yeah, all of these guys are pretty good, and the loadouts definitely are pretty solid. And actually, I'm pretty happy with the loadouts. They might seem pretty OP right now, but maybe in time, when people learn how to deal with Genji, it's gonna be pretty much balanced out. So I'll just tell you guys what my loadout is right now for everything, because this is pretty much my loadout, and you guys can figure out everything yourselves afterwards. If ever you don't like it, maybe if you find something better, like a build order that's better than this, please do tell me and everyone else. So we have this one, Jogger Eggs. This is the lifesteal ability for the cocoon. So he basically does 100% lifesteal. So basically he does 15 damage and he lifesteals all of that. So he heals himself 15 damage and he inflicts 15 damage to his opponent, and then there's two levels of it. So it's in max he's gonna hit for 30 damage, and you can heal yourself for 30 damage as well. So that's pretty much every 8 seconds you can heal yourself for 30 health, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, I have to say, and it doesn't really require you to go home a lot now as well. This one is pretty good also. Misfortune Cookie makes cocoon reduce the health of the target. So that's basically damaging the one that's inside the cocoon by 15%. 15% is also pretty good. Just imagine doing a 15 to 30% damage to 500 HP clunk. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. I'm actually not gonna do the math now because I have no idea what's 30% of 500, but yeah, that's a lot of damage, I have to say. Anyways, moving on. Prefab Cocoons. This is also a pretty good ability. It does 25 damage around the area where the cocoon is after the duration of the cocoon. So it doesn't hit the one or the person inside the cocoon, it hits the area around it, and that pretty much makes it like a zoning tool that you can use in the early game and also mid game, because in the early game you can pretty much contain your opponent to their turret with this ability. Also, it hits turrets as well. It does half damage to turrets, so you can do maximum of 25 damage to turrets whenever this is fully max upgraded. There's actually a couple of abilities here as well that are pretty good. Like this one, you can spawn one of the fly droids, which is pretty amazing actually. You pretty much are gonna be able to spawn more fly droids than the machine in Station AI, which is pretty amazing. Then we do have this one, which is a slowing effect, and this one, it is a moon nectar, so makes cocoon enemies drop healing nectar. So basically it's just gonna drop a bunch of small balls that's gonna heal for 8 HP each. It's pretty good actually, it's pretty good. The droids can take them, everyone can take them, not except your opponents, but yeah, it's actually pretty good. And I don't like it right now because I'm trying to go for offensive builds so far. There are viable healing builds for Genji as well, but I'm not really feeling it. As of the moment, I'm not really feeling it. I like the damage that he's doing right now, so I'm gonna stick to that for now. Then maybe try some healing, or yeah, some healing builds in the near future. Then move on to Monarch Blessing. We do have Hidden Leaves, increased damage absorption of Monarch Blessing. So this is pretty much a shield plus 10% damage. So basically Monarch Blessing already gives you a shield for 30% shield And with this fully upgraded, you're gonna have 50% damage reduction, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So if you encounter a clunk for 100 damage, he's only gonna do 50 damage to you and your party around you that has the shield as well. This one is actually pretty good as well. I don't equip this yet, mainly because I'm still trying it out. This is actually pretty good because it increases everybody's movement speed around you by 30%, except the droids. All the Awesomenauts will increase your movement speed, so it's pretty good for a getaway, or it's pretty good for chasing down someone. It's pretty good for everything. I have to say, it's pretty good. We have Caterpillar right here, adds a healing effect, Demonic Blessing. So once you cast the ability, you're gonna heal yourself and the teammates around you for 14 health per level. So there's 3 levels here, so 32. Am I doing the math right? It's 32 health. No, 40. I don't even know. It's 28. Yeah, it's 42 health. He's gonna heal you for 42 health. Oh my god, I'm so bad at math. But it's actually pretty good, even though it has a 14-second cooldown. I don't really mind that because 42 health for 12 seconds, like compared to the health pickups that you see around, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now we do have Bronco Yeast, reduce incoming damage by an additional flat amount. So shield plus 1 damage. So basically, if you equip this twice, I believe the tower is gonna do 1 damage to you, like when you fully upgrade this, which is pretty good because the tower does 4 damage and then fully upgraded 1 damage. So you're gonna be pretty much a tank. You can tank a turret, and you can just absorb the damage even for your droids initially to make them last a little bit longer. And then moving on here, we have the butterfly shot. This is the auto attack for Genji. Let's talk about this one. Plastic praying beads, plus 3 damage to the attack. So initially he does 5 damage. 5 damage going outward and then 5 damage going backwards. It's very much like Leon's tongue, where he does 2 damage once the tongue going out and then once the tongue going back. So this is pretty much the same thing. This one though is piercing, and it consistently pierces everything in its row, which is pretty good. So basically, when you upgrade this once, it's gonna do 8 damage, 8 damage. It's gonna give you 16, so you can pretty much one-shot those jungle creeps pretty quickly, and also you can 3-shot the regular droids, which is pretty amazing. And also, there's another ability here that's gonna give you a damage over time ability, which affects the turrets. I have to say, that is pretty crazy, guys. This thing affects turrets. Oh my god, I can't even say. So fully upgraded with this one, and this one is gonna be 11 plus 10. No, this one I think it only does 18 damage, so, or 6 damage to turrets. So yeah, it's gonna be 18 or 17 or 18 damage to turrets every volley, which is pretty darn amazing. Also, the last ability that I equip here is attack speed for 15%, 2 levels, so 30% maximum attack speed upgrade. Pretty good. You can definitely be a solid pusher with this loadouts and this loadout alone. With this one also, you can harass pretty early. Like you can open with piggy bank, free pills, and then open up with cocoon and jagger eggs. This is gonna pretty much do a lot of harassment, annoying things to your opponent. Jagger eggs or misfortune cookie, because misfortune cookie it's a lot of damage. 15% of your opponent's health is a lot of damage. So if ever you're dealing with a clunk, I guess these are the 2 things that you want to go for in the early stages of the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my build order for Genji. Blah, I forgot his name already. But yeah, Genji, the Pollen Prophet. That's pretty much one of the biggest changes right here in this patch. Next new feature, the force field above the drill core will now open when all turrets have been destroyed. Now this one I don't really agree with, because this one, it pretty much kills off the comeback factor, especially when you're really behind and you're just left with your core. It's I don't know. I'm pretty sure Ronimo has the reasons why they removed the shield up there. Pretty sure some people as well are complaining that it takes like 20 or it takes like 45 minutes to end the game now because there's a good amount of defensive characters. But for me, I don't know. I don't like the idea of getting surrounded by your enemy, especially in the last ditch effort. Like, come on, give the late game characters, or give those people who have late game builds a little bit of chance whenever they're pretty behind in the early game. But with this one, it's pretty much impossible to defend your base now, especially if you're underfarmed and such, because the core cannot really absorb any damage for you around that point. But yeah, it's a change that people are gonna have to adjust to. I think this is pretty much one of the biggest things that people are gonna have to adjust to, and are gonna try to improve on as well. Anyways, moving on. Adjust general changes right here. We have the first one, adjusted droid leveling. Droid levels up every 6 minutes, adding plus 20 HP, plus 1 damage, plus 40 third damage, max level 3. So this is actually pretty good. Like, if this affects the fly droids as well, so that means that the fly droids won't be too OP in the early stage of the game. At least not in the late game stage, like around after 18 minutes. But then again, around that point, I'm pretty sure you have enough health packs already that you bought that you're not gonna be annoyed by those flying bots anymore. So I'm pretty sure you're happy about that. Bots level up their cheats starting with none. They level up whenever they die up to level 4. Every cheat level grants them plus 10% cooldown reduction, plus 5 HP, plus 20% damage versus turrets. So this one, people are actually already saying that this one isn't really, it's not really working out, because they start with level 0, as they're saying, or with the cheats starting with 0. That means that the bots are at their dumbest state. So that gives everyone, like, yeah, that gives everyone, especially the ones that have a full team, a chance to farm those bots as fast as possible, because they're gonna be really easy to kill off in the early stages. So far, I heard a lot of people, or a couple people, already complaining that it's not really working, and I guess I kind of understand, because especially if you're like one person coming in by yourself in against a stacked up lobby, or against a stacked up team. Usually you have a good amount of time before you declare yourself a completely losing state. So, but this one, if you do this, or after this one was implemented, it's there's no more chance. There's no more chance, I guess, if the opponents are pretty good, if the opponents do abuse the fact that they can kill your bots pretty easily now, they're gonna abuse that. And once they do, there's no chance of you winning. I don't even know if I made sense saying all those things. I kind of got lost with what I'm saying as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the thing. TLDR, I guess it's not good. It's not working out so far. But then again, there's still, it's just what, it's a couple of hours in the patch, so we might see it evolve. Next, add an extra platform in Serona to help players reach the top of the core. Let flying droids level up with walking droids. Power pills, light health, change from 30 health to 25 health. Cost goes up from 110 to 150. There is a third stage added as well, so he can actually go have a 75. Is that right? 75 health upgrade, because there's 3 stages now for 150. This is actually the same price of Power Pills Turbo. So for the same price, I guess it's pretty much. I guess, yeah, it's a complete nerf to those people who have, or to those characters that have the light health upgrade. Super Droid regens 250 per minute. This is actually a much needed upgrade, because Super Droid is pretty much free solar now. So yeah, he needed at least this change to survive it longer, to do some damage. Super Droid drops 25, or Super Droid drops from 25 to 20 solar. So that's another nerf right there to everyone. Everyone, not to just the opponents, but to everyone, because you're gonna get less solar whenever you kill a Super Droid. Droid bullets move speed 10% increase, turret scanning range 4% increase. This is actually to avoid those characters that can outrange the turrets. Some turrets can, or some knots can still outrange some turrets, specific turrets, but it's not as much turret as before. Then bullet damage, bullet movement speed is for Raylan, I guess, because there's a scenario where Raylan is so hard to kill off by the turret. Then moving on, we have turret bullets now move through collision. I don't even know what that means, actually. If you guys know what that means, please do tell me down below, or please do tell us down below in the comment section. And yeah, share your wisdom and your knowledge. Anyways, moving on to the character changes. Oh man, look at this. Look at this laundry list right here. Blah. That's a lot of changes. I'm not gonna go through all those because I want you guys to also learn and try to understand what's also changing for this patch, because there's just so much that you just really need to learn for yourself, and you really need to read it by yourself, because listening to me won't get it stuck in your head. Anyways, starting off with Froggy G, we have the dash change right here. Based on its increase from point 0.5 to point 0.7, pretty good. Ice cubes. This is actually a buff right here for Froggy. Ice cube stun duration plus zero point 0.5 to plus zero point 0.4. I guess that's a nerf right there. So that's actually pretty good. I've been actually saying that the stun of Froggy G it's too long. It's too long. Personally, in my opinion, mainly because I can't really. Well, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't really play Froggy a lot. So that's just my opinion coming in from those people who play other characters besides Froggy. So yeah, I'm really annoyed by the stun because for me, in my personal opinion, it's just too long. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Froggy G users out there have their opinion as well. Moving on, Hydro Splash costs 140, from 140 to 120. Hydro Smash costs 320 to 280. So these are buffs. These are buffs. Well, I guess that's good. It's pretty good. Clock Necklace costs 190 to 200. It's a nerf right there. Golden Watch costs 120 to 110. So that's a buff. Hammer Pants split into two stages, giving plus 20 damage. Costs 120 or 220 to 130. So this is actually pretty good because Hammer Pants is definitely pretty good. A lot of people who are very skilled with Froggy always are pretty good with this. And whenever they get to the point where they can just utilize it to the fullest, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculously pretty powerful. And I'm happy that there's at least a nerf right now with this and the price increase. So it's now 260 to maximize that level. Moving on, Tornado Move, right back at you, costs increased by 10 solar, not bad. Can touch this, shield plus 40 to plus 60, so instead of just absorbing 40 damage, you can absorb 60 damage now. Twisted Tweeters deal 50% damage versus turrets. That's actually pretty good because it's the end damage, 20 damage is a lot of damage. I have to say, especially his tornado also does, I believe, full damage now to turrets. I'm not even sure. I can't really say like I can't really say officially because again I don't play Froggy a lot. But yeah, Fish Gun Virgin Eel cartridges cost from 225 to 140. Change Mutant Worms, so this is one of the biggest changes I guess for the Fish Gun. Ninja Edition deals plus 15 damage after landing Whirlwind or Dash. Effect dissipates after 5 seconds. Cost is 110 to 190. So I'm not even sure how to discuss that because I don't really understand what's happening and what's the big change there. So if you guys have any idea on what happened there, please let us down below in the comment section and inform us and share your wisdom. Moving on to Lone Star real quick, we have Dynamite right now. Dynamite no longer needs a 0.3 second arming time, though this is one big change. So now you can again do what we call the face dynamite, face bomb or something like that, where just throw it out and whenever, it doesn't matter where your opponent is, or if it doesn't matter where you are, because you can instantly just throw it in your opponent's face and it explodes. Like there's no delay whatsoever. So that's a very good buff, or a huge buff. I'm not sure if it's good or not. Well, it's definitely good for the Lone Star users, but is it good for the other team or the other players? We will have to see. Incendiary Bombs 180 to 160, pretty good buff. Transfusion Grenades lifesteal 30% to 25% lifesteal. So that's actually a pretty good change as well because Lone Star's lifesteal is, I have to say, pretty good before. Now 25% doesn't seem that kind of bad. I guess with the price, it's not bad. It's not bad. 225 still for 25% lifesteal. It's not bad. It's pretty good actually, in my opinion. Moving on, Extra Stick costs 220 to 250. So that's a very huge nerf right there. 30 extra solar to get that extra stick. That's pretty hurtful. Alright, next move on to the Bull. Bull Charger costs 125 to 185. That's actually a huge nerf right there. That's plus 60 solar to do 30 damage. I don't even know how I feel about that. Techno Viking helmet costs 190 to 150. Moving on, Blaster, we have missile speed increase, missiles, yeah, missiles speed increase, pretty good. Missile and another missile cost is a buff. Look at that, 225 to 190, pretty good. Booming bullets 250 to 190. Wow. This is actually, I think this is the ability where you can do, where you can attack from the roof of the core, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is the one that does splash damage with the bullets. So I don't know what happened there. Anyways, passive is 10% base speed increase. Boot speed decreases to compensate. Base speed increase. Ooh, base speed increase of Lone Star increased by 10%. I like that. Boot speed increase to compensate. Pretty good, pretty good. Boot speed. Boots cost 190 to 160. That is a very good change and a highly awaited one, I have to say, because a lot of people do think that the boots cost way too much. Then again, the boots are so good though. The boots are so good. Going on with Leon Tongue Snatch, Steel Falls Teeth gives plus HP per hit per stage, costs 190 to 175. So this I'm pretty sure this is a nerf because before you can lifesteal for 25%. Is it 25%? I think yeah, I think it's 25% every time you hit someone with your tongue, and it stacks up too. So this one by default plus 8 damage, not not a big not a big fan. But then again, it's I don't know. It's pretty hard. I guess it's gonna make me play just solid tongue damage now. Magnet piercing gives 2 solar per hit. Pretty good, pretty good. I like that. Magnet piercing gives 2 solar per hit. Oh no, this is a nerf. This is a nerf. Oh, oh. I'm shocked. I'm in shock. Anyways, tongue stretcher costs 180 to 145. Big buff right there. But then again, the tongue stretcher only gives you 3 range now. Is that right? 3 or 4 range, something like that. Cheese and garlic mint silence plus 0.7 seconds to 1 second. Cost is really cheap now. 250 to 175. Stealth by extra battery puck for dummy. For the health is increased by plus 10. Blow up dog cost now cheaper. Wow, pretty good. 50 damage, 25 damage for 200. That's pretty good. AoE damage too. Electrify effect also dealt by dummy at 50% duration. Ooh, interesting. Slash electrifier level 1 duration plus 1. Electrifier level 2 plus 1 second. So instead of it being plus 0.4, it's gonna give you plus 1 plus 1. So I guess that's plus 2, right? I'm pretty sure that's plus 2. Then crit and surprise partner mask don't work on turrets. Yes. So no more. It's gonna be a little bit harder for a Leon to backdoor your base because he's gonna have a harder time killing off that turret. Clunk bite. Medical pump gives plus 15 per stage. Power converter gives plus 25. HP over 10 seconds on hit and 20 or at 150 solar. To say yes, the heal over time stack. Okay. Explode blueprints container 145 120. Grease lightning snail 180 to 165. Blueprint container. Oh, okay. I remember that. Missiles reduce range plus 2% or 2%. Okay, I like that. Actually, I like that because his missiles do travel far, and the explosion is big enough, or like once you upgrade the explosion, it's big enough that you can outrange a turret. That's pretty much one of the reasons why I guess they're changing it. Remove base homing. Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, wow. That's a pretty big nerf right there, in my opinion at least. Moving on, we have increase, improve homing sensor homing. Oh, it's already 380 now, so you really need that homing upgrade now for the missiles. That means I guess you're not gonna be able to you're not gonna be able to stack those 3 things now. Like I usually stack the attack speed, the what do you call it, the 400 upgrade, 400 solar upgrade, and then what do you say that the explosion range as well for those missiles. So now you're gonna kind of have to need that the homing effect of those missiles to be effective. Passive clunk base health 220 to 200. Okay, I like that. Voltar drones. Voltar's drones no longer have collision. Okay, understandable. Warp gate overdrive costs 250 to 200. Pretty huge buff right there. For heal, Psycho Trust costs 180 to 155. Good buff. Twisted Nightmares costs 270 200. Whoa! Isn't this the plus 10 heal over time? I think that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. Twisted Nightmare, heal over time, plus 15! Oh! Amazing. Heal Totem. Heal bot no longer gets solar. Okay, understandable. Yeah, I like this. I like this change right here. It's gonna make the healing a little bit better for Voltar definitely, and that heal over time definitely good, especially if you're playing up against a Gnaw. That means Gnaw is much weaker now compared to Voltar, especially with the changes right now. Let's read on. Tentacle Soup costs 150 or 130 to 150. Aggressive Acid also adds 2-second duration to Spit Puddle. Tentacle Suit is the slow effect of the acid spit. Aggressive acid is the one where it's what do you call it? Pierce? No, it's not pierce. Drip. Yeah, with the drip effect. That's pretty much the loadout for it. So adds a 2-second duration to the spit puddle, which is actually pretty good. I don't really mind that. That means there's gonna be more spit on the floor. Not really though, because the cooldown is just long enough for you to not have a stacked up spit all over the place. Anyways, moving on. Weedling's base health is 60. Good. Fertilizer health plus 40. Alright. Fertilizer costs 180. Okay. Pretty good, I guess. It's a nerf. Wild growth costs 140 to 120. Alright. Cheaper. Flex Snack has 3 stages, giving 15% attack speed at 140 each. This is a nerf. Because instead of doing double damage, you only get 15% attack speed for your Weedlings. And at max level you can only have 45% attack speed because there's 3 stages and it costs more, so it's not as good as the flex neck before, but it might be a good fix. We will see. Corrosive spores cost 140 to 180. Part gathering now is now capped at 1 part per bite. What? Now capped at 1 part per bite. Oh, okay. I get it. It's basically before, I guess, that whenever you bite an opponent, you get like 2 parts or 3 parts or whatever. Now it's only always capped. Whenever you just bite once, you're only gonna get 1 part for a Weedling. Bag of Seeds now increases amount of Weedlings in level 2 or in the level 2 stages, 150 solar. This is it's whatever. It's whatever. Base attack speed is 170, or base attack speed from 150. Is this the price or is this the attack speed in general? I think it's the price. Yeah, it's cheaper. No, it's the base attack speed. Yeah, this is a base attack speed, so it's gonna be a little bit slower. Base attack damage is increased from 7 to 7. Dental braces cost what? Oh, I like this pretty much. Dental braces is pretty good now. Chattering Teeth attack speed increased 10% to 15%. Whoa, there's I believe 3 levels of this, so it's gonna be actually pretty fast. Diamond Teeth extra stage added. Wow, really now? Diamond Teeth. Wow, I like that. Rotten Teeth damage over time +3 to +10. Okay. And then Filled Teeth lifesteal 40% to 30%. Oh wow, I like that as well. Not really. I don't really like that because that's lower, and his lifesteal is a lot weaker now, meaning he's gonna have a harder time dealing with those other close range characters, like the Leon or what else, the Coco, because Coco has a pretty good lifesteal actually, and I'm not sure if he can compete with Coco's lifesteal anymore. Moving on to Coco. Lightning Ball. Base range change from 7 to 8. Very good. Conducting Gel range +7 to +5. Pretty good. Not really good. I don't like that. But it's whatever, it's whatever. Conducting Gel costs 210 to 180. That's actually good. It's cheaper, even though it only has +5 now. So overall, my build order just loses 1 range. And that 1 range isn't really that bad. What I am really needing for conducting gel range is the speed, because the speed is definitely what's needed, and getting me that upgrade a little bit faster, it's definitely pretty good. 180, that's pretty much as expensive as the damage upgrade for the lightning ball. Gyroscopic dynamo cooldown is now the cooldown reduction is only 1.5 seconds now compared to before, which is 2 seconds. So that makes things a little bit more useless. Like meaning, I won't really equip that anymore for the lightning ball. I used to use it a lot, but now since the blaze attack is pretty good, I use that now. Moving on to Scoldier, throw, oily spray on bronze, no longer affects cooldowns, DOTs, HOTs, status effects, and movement speed. Provides a 100% attack speed increase for 3 seconds, costs 200 solar. It's 200 solar, oily spray, only affecting attack speed. I'm not a Scoldier player, but I think that's pretty fine. That's pretty fine, I have to say. That's oily spray on bronze is pretty good before. It's pretty amazing actually. Now with the nerf, but with the price decrease as well, it was 250 before. I think it's okay. It's to balance things out. Like even Ronimo's kind enough to lower the price a bit. I think it's still a important loadout for Scolder users as long as there's the 100% attack speed increase. And I'm pretty sure it's not really gonna lose its spot as a important loadout because it's really good. It's still pretty good. That's 100% attack speed. I wish I can have that for like Raylan or something, and just bam all the way. Anyways, moving on. Throw based stun duration decrease from 1 second to 0.8 seconds. All right, I like that. Reduce throw hitbox height. Ooh, interesting. Power rifts cost more now, 135 to 150. This is the plus 15 damage if I remember correctly. Axe throwing trophy costs 210 to 160. That is a good buff. That is 25 damage for 160. Then 50 damage for 320. I can't even have that for Raylan now because Raylan has a plus 10 damage for 220 solar. That's expensive, but we're gonna get through that in 1 second. So yeah, I like this upgrade right here for Scolder, but then again, this one overall, I think I'm happy with the changes, but I still haven't played the Scolder yet in this patch yet, so it's too early to tell. Moving on, we have Earthquake base damage increase from 30 to 35, damage over time duration from 2 seconds to 5 seconds. What? I'm confused. Anyways, I guess it's gonna do more damage, I guess. So more than 35. Base height plus 2, small volcano height plus 3 to plus what? Small volcano height plus 3 to plus 3. What? Oh, I don't know. Romna, man, Romna, what you doing, man? What you doing? Enhanced muscle fibers change to regular cooldown reduction. If anyone gets this, by the way, if anyone gets this, because I don't, please do tell me. Enhanced muscle fibers change to regular cooldown reduction. Cooldown is minus 2 seconds. Wow, that's pretty good. Stone Twins cost 200 to 160. Alright, I like that. That means like you can do a good amount of damage, or you can reach a farther area for a lot cheaper for this upgraded release. Moving on to Bash, Perfume White Flowers gives plus 10 health per stage, plus 3 combo bash at 165 solar. Okay. Rubber Ducky Choker costs 170 to 220. Alright, I like that. It's not bad. It's not bad. I have to say, it's not bad. And Flaming Piss costs 200 to 160. Why did you cheapen that? It's actually a good upgrade. The range increase is actually pretty good. I don't know why they lower down the price, but I guess as a non-Scolder player, I don't really know much about the what do you call it, the metagame for Scolder. Anyways, moving on to Yuri Mines. Mine Constructor reduced to 2 stages. What? Oh, interesting. Increase base damage to 40. What? Titanium Spikes damage plus 8 to plus 5. Cost is 155 to 120. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Uranium Spikes damage plus 24 to plus 15. Yes! Yes! It's not gonna hurt as much, but then again, it's gonna come on. He's gonna be able to get it a little bit earlier. Toaster timer split into 2 stages of plus 4 seconds each at 110 solar. Alright, that's good. This is the cooldown reduction. Or this is the what do you call it? The duration time of mines. Like the longer they're gonna stay out or before they self-destruct. Aerial Spring also increases vertical speed of mines. Carpet Bombs 205 to 175. Alright, that's pretty good. Time Warp. Base bubble slow increase to 30%. What? Chrono Rift, no, Chrono Rift slow plus 25 to plus 20%. Alright. So it's a nerf right there. Cost to 220. Regeneration pod costs 150 to 140. Whoa. That's pretty good. That is pretty solid, I have to say. Moving on, we have Carpet Ball. Or moving on, excuse me. Pod Pack Deluxe. No, 290 to 270. Alright. So there's some couple buffs right here. Like price decrease. I like that. And yeah. Moving on to Laser. Time to next charge to bleh. Time to next charge 0.7 to 0.4. I'm not sure what this means. This means that like you can reach what do you call it? You can reach your maximum damage in zero point 0.4 seconds. Is that what it means? I'm not sure. Base attack speed increased 240 to 300. Whoa, whoa, pretty good, pretty good. Instant charge battery attack speed increase per level 35% to 20 plus 20%. Not really. I guess there's an increase in base attack speed, but then again, there's a nerf in the skill that gives you more attack speed, so it balances things out. I guess it's overall, it's a nerf. It looks like a nerf. Anyways, Fly Swatter costs 165 to 140. Alright, I like that. Raylan, here we go. Here, Raylan has some good changes and some weird changes, in my opinion, because Raylan is, I think, pretty soft. But with these changes, let's see. Time Rift. Return Rift flying speed. I don't even know. It returned Rift flying speed. I guess the speed that the Time Rift travels outwards is back from before the nerf. I guess that's what it means. I guess base cooldown is minus 1 second. Oh, base height is 3 to 3.5. I like that. This is actually one of my surprises things, because that 0.5 is actually much bigger than you'll think. Because I was using this earlier and it doesn't look as much, or it doesn't look like a 0.5 increase. It looks like a little bit more, like a 4. It's now a 4. HC Bomb Cuddle stage added, cost 185 to 130. This is actually glitch. I tried it and I thought I could do the double damage again, or the double DD again, but no, actually. By the way, the HC Bomb right now, it has it has two stages, right? So it gives you times 2 damage at the first stage and then times 4 damage at the second stage. So maximum damage you can do 43 damage, if I remember. Yeah, 43 damage with the receding hairline and with the other attack damage upgrade. But in general, I only use the receding hairline. So in general, I can only do 40 damage because I do have the piercing as well. I thought I can do the glitch again, but this thing is actually glitching. Because even though when the cooldown for the Time Rift is still going, you can actually cast one more. But then again, when you cast the Time Rift again, you're not gonna be able to plant, or you're not gonna be able to unleash an HC bomb damage again, which is pretty weird. And I hope Ranoma fixes that, because I want it fixed. Because if they don't fix it, I don't think anyone's gonna use it. We'll see though. It's 40 damage. I guess it's kind of worth it, but it's expensive. It's pretty expensive to do 40 damage. It's gonna cost you a receding hairline 280 with the HE bomb 2 levels 135, right? Well, 130, so it's gonna be 260. So it's gonna cost you more than 540 solar to do 40 damage, plus the piercing is gonna be 210, so it's gonna be like 710. And it's not even gonna be consistent. It's only gonna be one thing compared to the damage upgrade for snipe, which is 220 now per upgrade plus 10. It's gonna be 660 for the 3 levels. I'd rather take, I don't know. I think I'd rather take the damage upgrade for snipe. I rather like take that, I guess. Anyways, moving on. T800 dome costs 210 to 120. That's a big buff right there. T-dome droids no longer drop solar. Oh, alright. That's actually pretty good. That means that it's a lot more useless for your opponent to kill it. So it's basically a clone now. It's basically a Leon clone. Snipe base damage increase from 35 to 45. That's okay. Snipe base cooldown plus from 9 to 10 seconds. That's not too bad. Snap base range increase from plus 16 to plus 18. This is actually pretty good. This is gonna allow me to not get the snipe range as early as I need to, because that extra 2 range will allow me to have more time and focus on the enemy and where they are. Pump rifle costs 175 to 220. That is so expensive. So expensive. I have to say so expensive. Flashy glasses cost 100 to 115. I don't really use this anymore. I might start using it again because the range upgrade or the range increase by default might be enough for me to not get the range increase loadout. So we'll see. Iron rifles give CC immunity shield with 30 HP during charge up. Cost from 260 to 200. So this is one of the biggest changes right here for Raylan. Instead of getting the plus 15 damage, no. Yeah, was it 15 damage? I think it's plus 25. Oh my god, I forgot. No, it's plus 15 damage, I think. So instead of getting the plus 15 damage, you will get this shield, which is gonna deny any debuffs that comes into you while you're charging, and also gonna have the damage from your opponent. I'm not sure if it's also for the auto attack of your opponent or just the skills, because one time I was charging and the enemy clunk did the self-destruct, so instead of him doing a 60 damage, he only does 30 to me. So I'm not sure if that's accurate or not, but you guys should definitely check it out. I am gonna experiment with it a little bit more, and it could be pretty good. You know, it could be used for different situations, especially in critical ones whenever you're getting pinned down and such. Anyways, moving on. Cassette deck magazine cooldown to 1 second to 1.5 seconds. Oh, that's actually pretty good. So it does have the snap does have 10-second cooldown now, but then again, with this fully upgraded, it does have 2 levels, so it's gonna give you a plus 3-second cooldown reduction, so it's gonna be total 7 seconds. I guess it's kind of worth it now, especially for 145 solar. I'm gonna try it out. Increase snipe collision by 10%. So this is the hitbox basically of the snipe laser. So it's gonna be a little bit more accurate to the size of the laser compared to before, which is, I'm pretty sure, a little bit smaller. So 10% increase is always welcome. Laser pointer blind duration 2 seconds, pretty good. Girk lubricator range plus 6 to plus 8. So this is the range upgrade that I was talking about that I might not need to equip anymore. Well, we'll see though. We will see. For the basic attack, we have monkey hand price reduction from 75 solar to 50 solar. Passive boots effect time 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. That's a big nerf right there. That is a big nerf. That's a big nerf. Personally, that's just my opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of people doesn't agree with what I'm saying, but heck. Durpool, moving on right now. Durpool is pretty much a buff character, heavy buff. Going on with Trap Nuke, make nuke aimable, guys, aimable. I don't even know how that works yet. I'm actually gonna try that out, but it's aimable now. Very good. I'm happy about that, and hopefully all people are as well. Starts homing after 1 second. Nuke base damage 40 to 50. There you go. Increased by 10 damage. Hydro collision lava lamp cost 225 to 185. Very good buff. Empowered grid cost a little bit cheaper again with 115. Strengthened trap cost to 195. Ooh. I guess it's good because it's a snare, and everything that snares you or stuns you or slows you is pretty good in this game. So I guess the price increase is pretty much justified. Super power grid cost from 260 to 210. And then I don't even know what this is. I guess it's alright. Leading lead casing silence plus 1 second to plus 3 seconds. Cost from 200 to 150. Wow, that is actually pretty good. Silence duration is increased to plus 3 seconds. So that means when you snare your opponent, you are gonna be able to just keep them there for a while, and they're not gonna be able to do anything. They can basic attack you, but they can't snipe you, or they can unleash an LB on you and such, which is always helpful. Moving on to turret mode, reduce base cooldown to 1.5 seconds. So this is pretty much the cooldown duration if you have the deployment pads loadout before, but now the deployment pads now deal a knockback pulse, cost 200 to 160. I'm not sure how this is gonna work with the stun duration, but we'll see though. We'll see. Force field cost to 130 to 100. Very good. Brim force shield cost to 320 to 290. So it's much easier to double stack shields now. I used to do this before because it's actually pretty baller, but now it's a bit easier to do it, and I really hope you guys try it out. I'm actually definitely gonna try out their pull as well. Cat shot, cat bat suit costs 160 to 140. Cat costs 200 to 150. I'm just gonna rush down to the last few things on this board right now before we head on to the next one, or before we finish off and go to the leaders boards, max fixes, major fixes, and minor fixes. Last one we have Vinny and Spike. Spike dive, alien abduction kit silence time 1 second to 1.5 seconds, cost 200 to 150. Pretty good, pretty good. That's it, pretty good. Bag full of goldfish costs 165 to 100. Wow. Improved hitbox, improved hitbox versus graphic. So the hitbox, I guess, is more accurate compared to the graphics. I think that's pretty much what it's saying right now. Rigged casino games cost 115 to 135. Antique machine gun 135 to 160. This is plus 10 damage. Rigged casino, I forgot. Then we have fix that shields will not become fix that shields would not become invisible for Vinny Spike's invisibility cloud. For example, with Cloud Mask upgrade, Vinny and Spike's own shield would always remain visible. Oh, that's good. That's good. So even though he has the bubble shield, I guess he's gonna be invisible. Smoke screen base duration from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. Oh my god. All right. Red bandana silence is gonna be plus 0.0 seconds to plus 0.8 seconds, cost 200 to 150. What? That's alright. That's pretty good. So I guess, yeah, Ronimo was saying that they are gonna multiply the time of how long the silence are with every character, so I guess they're doing their part. Withered President Mask reduces the cooldown of Spike Dive. Okay. Rubber. How much though? I don't get it. Rubber Mask gets 2 solar per second or every enemy in the cloud. Mammoth Sock with holes costs 185 to 175. Bubble Gun. Going on to Bubble Gun. Lone Shark works as in 1.14 but upgrade now synergizes with Crab Burgers. Okay, I get it. Lone Shark costs 110 to 50. Alright, that's awesome. Lone Shark is basically the one when you kill an opponent, it's gonna give you extra solar, which is always pretty good. Now it only costs 50 solar because I'm not even sure. Basically, Lone Shark gives you 50 extra solar whenever you kill someone, and now it's the same price. So when you kill someone, you're gonna be able to break even very quickly. Passives: base health increase from 110 to 125. Ooh, I like that. The range of the goldfish effect has been increased. Okay, some leaderboard changes. This is mostly bug fixes, so I'm not really gonna go through all of this. It's not really major. Then we have major fixes: reduce peak cooldown quality, or reduce peak bandwidth quite a bit. I don't even know what I'm reading anymore. Hopefully making the game disconnect less often for players with lesser internet connection bandwidth. Minor fixes: not filling recently played Steam, blah 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 blah. Fix Scolder's bullet deflect would not make the bullet visually disappear for Scolder himself. Alright. Fix PPG would not say anything. Alright, that's it. That's it for this fixes right here. I know it's a lot. I know this is pretty long, and I know I just skimmed through a lot of things very briefly, and I know a lot of people, or I know I don't know some of the things that have been changed here, but I am relying on you guys to do your part and learn everything that has been changed right now. And before you go, I just want to say sorry that I have not been uploading a lot of videos lately. Like, real life just caught up on me, and it just got crazy. It just got crazy, got busy really fast, real quick. But this is going to be changing. Hopefully this week is going to be a very big week for me involving Awesomenauts community, because I am going to be hosting the Reddit Nauts weekend event. Hope you guys show up over there. It's going to be on the 2nd and the 3rd of March, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. If you guys want more info on that, you can check my other video about it, or you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/WawaSC, or you can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/WawaBatuta. I think that's it for this video. Yeah, hope you guys had a good day, and hope you guys enjoyed this patch, and I'm definitely gonna play more Awesomenauts. That is it. I'm out. Bye.